Mic check. Audio is fuzzy. Let's see. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let's see what we got now. Audio good. Let's see. Mic check 1 2. What we got now? Big Country. Big Country say I'm out here with your driver. Alright, appreciate that. Let me know about the audio. Some shout outs over here. Big Country, what you talking about, Big Country? Who you out there with? Who you out there around? Ain't no telling, man. I like to tell people we had quite a few people on the number, and the goal here is when you get on the number, and not to stay on the number, you can be on the number out as long as you want to till Jesus come back if you want to, but the objective of ours is to make you plenty of money and move on up in what you try and do and get to the point where you write the checks. You're responsible for writing the checks. Alright, okay. Let's do some shout outs, man. Doc, what's up, Doc? Dominique, Dave, what's up, Dave? We invite, we in this motherfucker. There it is. Big Bad Bo, Ray, gonna throw down some good info tonight. Absolutely, I'm gonna do my best to shed some light on the subject of what I'm talking about tonight. And the title of the video kind of explanatory, but if you perhaps may have not grown up in the country or in the rural area, you might not know that some of the greenest grass that you ever seen out in the field was simply that green because it had a lot of fertilizer on it in the form of fish. So, Nick, front runner, what's up, baby? Jerry, what's going on, Jerry? Wicked Diesel, Ray, got you again, Mr. Front Runner, Truck a Real Deal. Hello. Big Country, what you talking about, man? Tell them, what's up, baby? DeAndre and Carter. You know Carter gonna be in here. Big Country said he just picked up a 13'6" load. Sounds like money. What's up, Neil? All right. We ain't gonna make it super long. We've been having some pretty long lives lately. You know, I get long-winded. We'll tangent off into a bunch of different stuff. And we're not gonna do that tonight. Hopefully, we're not gonna do that. Oh! My bad. Okay, I got you, Big Country. 7 C's. What's up, baby? Neil, holding it down over there in Georgia. Shake my head about Georgia. All right, that beside the point. Okay, so what we're talking about is the BS that hadn't just started, but it's more prevalent now. See, like, I'll say in past years and in past times and in past economic situations, I'm not gonna say the level of flim-flam or the level of trickery, the level of flagrant fraud wasn't at an all-time high, because there was a lot of people across the country that called themselves gurus that were giving master classes on how to commit fraud as a dispatcher, how to commit fraud as a broker, how to commit fraud in general. And they were actually committing fraud when they was giving the classes, recruiting people to basically work for them for free, and then, you know, push them into the auspices of a broker, even though they really was more of an in-house dispatcher working under somebody that was working under somebody else. Pyramid. But that's neither here nor there. But what has spawned from this is the fact that the bottom has fell out of the market for the most part. People running some scandalous lows right now, and the amount of fraud that is going on is rampant. So I'm gonna touch on 2 or 3 things, and we're gonna get out of here. That if you're out here running a truck, a Hotshot, you're an owner operator, you're leased on, or if you own a company and you procure your own loads, or even if you're the dispatcher for a company and you find the loads for said drivers and companies and stuff like that, there's a few things I want you to be on the lookout for, because these can be extremely detrimental to the business, not only financially, but it's some demoralizing stuff when some of this stuff that I'm about to tell you and about to talk about happens. It's very demoralizing to the point where some people not only can't recover financially, they oftentimes have a hard time recovering mentally. And like I tell you guys all the time, you know, it's about having your mind right. One of the biggest things is understand that every day ain't gonna be sunny, and this stuff ain't gonna always go your way. But when you know what you're doing and you're doing it at a efficient rate and pace, most of these days supposed to belong to you after a while, and that's a big indication too. If you come out here every day and none of these days seem to add up to be your day, it's you. It ain't the world. The world still was functioning before you got in the truck, and the world still gonna be functioning after you get out of the truck. You gotta figure out what your niche is and get into that, or either figure out what part of the niche that you're in that you might not be as efficient as you need to be, and work on that. But one of the biggest things that's gonna derail a lot of people, and has derailed a lot of people, is the rampant just commission of fraud via wire fraud, via telephone calls, emails, and people that are acting like they had your best interests at heart. Good afternoon. All right. One of the biggest scam, and a lot of times it's not really a scam on the owner operator. A lot of times this is a collaborative scam that's being run on all the shippers. Case in point, I give you a case in point. Let's just say you Joe Blow Trucking Company. Well, Joe Blow Trucking Company comes out, and Joe Blow Trucking Company doesn't think that any of this stuff is serious, since, you know, they run non-CDL like I used to run non-CDL, and you think, oh man, you ain't got to run a logbook, you ain't got to do this, you ain't got to really stop, you can run a team, you can do all this type of stuff, and you really don't do your research. You just come out here and kind of just wing this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have done, just come out here and just fucking wing it. The static, oh man, static back, big country. Y'all tell me something about this. Y'all tell me something about the signal. Let me know. How we looking, y'all? Cause I don't want to be coming in messed up. I end the whole thing. We'll do something else. We'll go back to the regular feed if this ain't gonna work. What we looking like? One in the comment for your audio and your sound. What we looking like, people? Good on my end. good on my end? Everybody good on my end? Okay. All right. Okay. So one of the biggest things that ends up happening with a lot of people that come out here, especially those that really don't feel like I'm just not a paperwork type of person, or it's so many rules and regulations. I basically learn this stuff as I go. And I mean, everybody, I see some of the simplest looking people out here pulling a Hotshot. Ain't no reason in the world I can't do it. It's just driving the truck, man. All that FMCSA stuff, I worry about that when I get my CDL. And a lot of times you'll see people do that, and within their first 6 to 8 months of not even having consistent work, they'll pretty much have trashed their FMCSA safety score, and their number will be shit. Sometimes incidents will come up. Sometimes drug problems that they have coming into this get in their way, and stuff happens. People have accidents and failed drug tests. A lot of type stuff happens with people that don't take this serious, and as serious as they should when they first come out, and they really don't believe that first letter in that acronym stands for federal in FMCSA. So, most people that end up in that situation will come to a rude awakening very, very quickly, within a matter of months, that they'll actually more than likely have a safety score that's trash. Before they get even past their 90 days, they'll be done burnt so many bridges on Carrier 411 with trash safety score, accidents, late appointments, and stuff like that by not really taking the job seriously as they should. You'll have incidents where your company might have a bad name, your insurance may go sky high. These people may actually just drop you. You might actually just come up for a safety investigation, and due to the fact of your negligence and not having the proper paperwork and credentials, not be able to pass it, and they just turn your MC number off and revoke it. And in those cases, most of these people, they look like an ass in the face and realize that they was out here playing with the biggest investment they ever made in their life. They come to the realization that the fact that you're not doing this anymore and don't have an authority to do this doesn't stop the truck, trailer, and insurance payment. Kind of stops the insurance payment because they're going to cut all that shit off. You don't have to worry about that. But that insurance that you need to just operate the truck on a normal basis, now it comes into play. So you can go ahead and get your full coverage back on your truck and enjoy your 5-year truck note. And most people in that situation seek either help, or they go back to work and they bite the bullet, just pay for the truck, maybe sell the trailer, satisfy the bank, keep the truck, or a combination of the two. And then, some people will go to the extreme and say, well, I got this stuff, I got to make some money some kind of way, I need to lease on, which is not a bad idea. But most of the time, because of all the extenuating circumstances that they have just put their driver's license through, even though they may have or they may have not had a CDL, these extenuating circumstances is going to make it basically impossible for you to lease on to someone else's number. And I'm going to tell you why. See, when we talk about insurance, dealing with Hotshots, CDL, non-CDL, these trucks, semis, big boy cargo claims, and all that type of stuff, it's based up on not only the equipment value, the actual the load and the value of the load for your cargo insurance, and your physical damage on your vehicles and your truck and trailer and everything, but it's also based up on the driver and the driving record. So I say like this: in most cases, if you wanted to add someone with a brand new CDL, it's very expensive. That's why most companies don't want you unless you got 2 years of experience, because you just made the insurance risk go higher, and it makes it cost prohibitive because you actually have to make more money to actually make the company money. So the company actually gets put under more strain by even having you around. So in those cases, if you lollygag like Eddie, you did all this stuff, you probably got moving violations, may have a failed drug test, may have an accident on your record. For the average small fleet owner, you say small fleet, we'll say 10 trucks or less, 5 is a fleet, small fleet owner, to hire you would be basically doubling the expense on whatever you're driving. So if he got a truck that he normally pays about $1,400 a month for insurance, and with a seasoned veteran driver with about 3 to 5 years and 0 accidents and great credentials and everything, he swaps him out for the brand new person that has all those bad things on there. It's probably gonna go anywhere from about $1,400 to about $2,100, $2,200, $2,300 per person that drives that particular truck. So that person alone will probably cost that company about another $10,000 in a year in revenue just to have you around. So with that being said, most of the time, if you done messed up like that, you and the guy that you supposedly leasing on will come up with, an agreement that basically, he'll give you some loads. Since you don't have a number, he really can't put you on his insurance, but at the same time, that ain't really talked about. Hey, I can give you some loads. You want to lease on to the company? Okay, that's fine. And we can do it like that, and I'll give you some loads. And what'll end up happening is you'll become accessory to wire fraud and interstate commerce fraud. Unwittingly, sometimes wittingly, because you trying to make some money and the guy with you can't afford to put you on, but he trying to be a good friend, he trying to help you out, but in the end, it really on both of y'all if anything ever happens, because not only are you not really leased on to the person, you're not really on the insurance as a vehicle or a driver, but the commodity that you're carrying is not insured because it's not on a truck that's on the policy. So basically, you're carrying people cargo like that in blind faith. But a lot of people like, man, that's hating. If you can go from A to B and make it happen and don't nothing bad happen, don't hate on the process. Everybody got to do what they got to do till they get where they going. And I'm going to call bullshit on it. Call straight what it is. It's bullshit, because at the end of the day, even the person that benefits from this, being the person that can't get no loads no more, and you getting them through the person, get what? Oftentimes, the person that has been screwing around like they've been screwing around and lost their number, they have no real knowledge of trucking as a business. They just know A to B. So all this stuff in the background lends itself to the person that's helping you. They really steal it from you. How, pray tell, are they stealing from each other? Get what? If you own somebody's number, you own the number, and they tell you, I can get you low, and basically, you knowing that you're not really on their number, you're really not privileged to see all their financial stuff. You're not really privileged to see all their back office stuff. You're really not privileged to see their W-9 with all the EIN and all the stuff that they sign. And all you basically know is he's giving you addresses and he telling you how much it's going to pay you as the truck. And it's understood that since he's doing this for you, he's going to take a percentage. But who's to say what the first number was? And that's where the cause of confusion kind of comes in. That, well, he screenshot me the whole rate con how it comes. And get what? Who pays for the load if you flip the truck with it on it? Does he pay? Because the insurance company ain't going to pay. Does he pay? Do you pay? Do y'all both pay? Or do everybody just be screwed to hell? Cause most of these loads, I mean, they ain't $100,000 like the cargo insurance said. But if you look at your rate confirmations, and a lot of times the agreed value of said commodity is $100,000. Now the insurance company, if they was in it, they got lawyers that gonna make them do the right thing and give you the depreciated value and the wholesale price, and you could possibly get this claim down, and the insurance company don't lose that much money. But remember, you're not on no insurance. So get what? Whatever they say they product at work, you can't even argue with it unless you get a real powerful attorney or something. Y'all go into it about that, and then the first thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna be found at fault because you committing a crime. You was driving without insurance. You was committing a crime. Then people will be like, "Hey man, I got full coverage insurance on my truck, but it's not commercial insurance." Once you use that truck in a for hire capacity, whether it be a pickup truck, a semi, a little red wagon, and a 10-speed, as soon as it becomes a commercial vehicle and you make money with it, especially if you make more than $600 in a year with it, that's a business. So, if you perhaps have messed up or you thinking about closing your number, just make sure that when you do lease on, there's legitimate paperwork. You should be able to see your part of the policy, the insurance policy with your VIN number, your name, your truck, your trailer, all that stuff. It should be very transparent. You should be able to see what the insurance company says they're going to be charging him extra by bringing you on. And if that's an applicable number, you could pay it. You know what I'm saying? And you want to most definitely have all this in writing. Next, green grass always, well, usually grows in this big old pile of bullshit. If you get on the phone with a broker and you're noticing that the broker is being evasive, and by evasive, I mean you ask the normal questions, you don't get the normal answers. I.e., give you an example. How long is this load? We don't really know how long it is. But I mean, I could call the shipper and get some dimensions on it if you want me to. What they want you to say is, "No, that's all right. I will go and get it." How much does the load weigh? We've been getting them out of there. Normally, they're about 15 to 22,000 pounds. That's a large ass variance right there. I need to be a little more precise than that if I'm going to be judging how much I'm charging or something like that. Simple stuff. What is the commodity? What am I going to pick up? And do I feel, so I can know if I even feel comfortable, because certain stuff on your insurance policy may have an exclusion to where if you damage a certain product in a certain manner, it's not covered. So certain stuff I'm not doing. Now, I'm gonna show y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna slip some shoes on and we're gonna jump out. And show you what happens. And I'm gonna bless y'all. I'm gonna bless y'all tonight, man. I'm gonna put these shoes back on. I'm step out. It's a little cool out here. I ain't gonna even trip about it. I'm gonna do it for y'all. Hopefully I can bless somebody over here in the Texas area. Anybody in here from Texas? Any of my Texas people in here? Anybody in here from Texas? Anybody over here like to run Texas? Any of my Dallas, Fort Worth, DFW people up in here? Any of y'all in that area? Texas? Shout out Texas. Where y'all at? Put you up on a honey hole. Tony M, Texas. Red Ride Logistics, Texas. Okay. Put y'all up on game. No Texas for me ever. Dominique, what's your setup? I said no Texas for him ever. On M, Houston. Shout out. Throw me up some in the comments if you in here and you ever come through Dallas sometime. Show of hands. East Texas all day long, Marvin Green. Dallas people. You know, last time I was up here around Dallas in a Hotshot, I showed y'all a spot where you can get AC unit. And that was back when I was doing non-CDL Hotshot, so I only had about 10,000 pounds of capacity, and I used to manage to put 2 or 3 loads on that thing. not too different from a lot of people that you see right now. That's becoming a thing. Compounded freight has been a thing with a lot of people that know what's going on. Only difference between me and them is that most of those people had CDL setups. They were way more capable than I were, and then they could pull upwards of 15,000 pounds, and and got big rigs out here doing their thing, and I was consistently making way more money than them people. And there's no cap. It just is what it is. I got the numbers. I mean, we keep everything. That's what I love. We keep everything around here. Everything. You add me by a load that happened in 2018, I pull it up. With your original paperwork, I got it all. I got it all. And when you have loads, back to the discrepancy, when you have loads and the broker is being vague, this wasn't a vague load, but the way it was posted, you would have to know what it is to really call. And this ain't for everybody, but this is for my people that got that setup I've been talking about. I've been hinting and alluding to for your hotshot guys, especially if you got your CDL Class A. Shout out my dog Tim on some wink and bump the elbow like, hey bro. This is 3500s and 40-foot gooseneck with 8-foot deck on the neck. Now I say 5500. 40-foot gooseneck, deck on the neck, 5th wheel, air ride, hydraulic disc brake. I say all that, but for this load right here, what we talk about, it ain't even necessary. But if you want to pull some real light shit that doesn't require tarp, it's about 8 feet tall. We ain't gonna cap about that. It's about 8 feet tall. It's gonna be 48 feet long. And here this thing weighs 6,700 pounds. Now, I used to come get this sometime in the non-CDL hotshot with a 35-foot, no deck on the neck, and I used to get the partials. So they might have 2 bundles of these instead of 24 bundles. Cause I'm coming to pick up 24 bundles, and it's only 6,700 pounds for 24 bundles, which is 48 feet of trailer. Interesting load, ain't it? Type something in the comments if you can dig what I'm putting down. I'm talking, if you pick up what I'm putting down, Ebony. I think we had a consultation yesterday where I told somebody named Ebony, try that Dallas area. You can't just really, hey man, you can't count that out from where you're going and this and that and other. There's some loads over there might surprise you. But see, one thing about it, everybody gotta apply themselves and do their own thing. Not a fan of crane appointments on AC units, always an issue. These ain't AC units. They're just one of the many shippers that's within almost walking distance of where I am right now. That was just a little bit throwback tidbit of information that just puts you in the mindset of where we are right now. Okay. Let me put y'all up on game one time. It's dark out here, man, but we gonna try and make it work. Yeah. It usually do be a problem with the crane, man. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And yeah, the consultations are still jumping off. $JBUTLER 357. Leave your number in the memo area. You see it. Oh yeah, it got nippy out here, boy. I got them. What you call it? Let me see. Camera. Back camera. Oh, Okay, y'all still with me? Y'all can see comments. Yeah, it's cold out here, man. Leave that door open for this little light. And as you see, ain't nothing on the trailer. Nothing on the trailer. Nothing on the trailer. Now check this out. In the morning, these people open up right there on the other side of the highway. It's 0.6 miles away. What we came to get. Now, I'm going to bless y'all. I ain't going to put these folks on blast, but this what you supposed to be doing. I told y'all, 40-foot trailer, deck on the neck, right? 40-foot trailer, deck on the neck. Hold up. Fifth wheel. Cab and chassis. Hold up. Black dog out here. Cab and chassis. Mud flaps, coupling device, and nothing else. But what he got on there? Foam installation. That's where your deck on the neck come in, and you got a 6,700-pound load. 6,700 pounds. Strap right and tight. This shit so light you gotta put a strap across the back so it won't blow off the trailer. That's how light it is. How many trailers out here? 1, 2. There go a step right there. And 3. 1, 2, 3. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Man, cold as shit out here. Oh, let me get back in this truck. I got a short pants, short sleeve shirt. I'm playing around, being helpful. Woo! Cold, man. Yeah, but like I said, you see them Rams lined up. Woo! Oh man, yeah. It's biting out there, boy. The thing cold. Now, it's foam roofing, and I'm gonna give y'all some homework. I'm not gonna tell you who the shipper is. I'm not gonna tell you the full line of shit they make. I'm gonna give you the city, and you can do the rest. Gainesville, Texas. And just on some real player shit. Wait a minute. Don't act like I don't fuck with y'all. I do. Just for the sake of argument, I'm posted up 0.6 miles away. And I wish y'all could see what I see on that sign. Now, that diesel $3.99. That's before mud flap. So mud flap. Check the link in the description and start saving today. I'm talking about big trucks, $120, $100, $150, shit like that. Per fuel stop, high shot, $50, $100 per fuel stop. Like this shit real, shit big, and just for the sake of argument, I have seen, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this morning driving to Texas through Louisiana, coming in Louisiana on 20, coming across into Texas, these were $3 3:29 on the mud flap this morning, and I came through Louisiana probably 4:30 this morning. Dropped off my first load of coils and my half of the load of coils in Arthur City, and dropped the second half of the load off in Sherman. And then I did head about 55, 65 miles over here to this little town over here. Got a half a mile from the spot. I actually can see the writing on the side of the building. I know where I'm going. I've been here before. But at the same time, that's okay. Hey, Red Ride Logistics, just a little something from me to you, I guess, man. And whoever else want to take advantage of it. Like I said, that's a situation where somebody they capitalize on that. So stuff like that, that's just a little tidbit. But like I was saying, if stuff doesn't sound right, I done did probably 3,000 some loads by myself. And every day is different, and every conversation is different, but it's so much the same. And I know that sounds weird to say, but it's true. That every day the conversations are different, but the questions are the same. The topic we talking about are the same. The answers are black and white. And if you can't give me all the answers, I'm not pulling the load. And credit check. A whole lot of double brokering going on right now. A whole lot of stealing loads. They having that going on. They have one in the ball as well. Yeah, they everywhere, Marvin. They everywhere. They got another one down there in Enos. They got another one in Tuscaloosa. They got another one in Birmingham. They got one in South Panola. They got another one down there by Prentice. They got one in McCalla, in the McCalla, Alabama area. They got another one down there in Houston. I mean, they got a lot of them. It's a lot of them. Them folks ain't suffering for no money. Them folks ain't suffering for no product. And they ain't suffering for no truck to run it either. But that, my friends, what I just showed y'all over there is cheat code. Coming over here, getting the same load. Hold on, let me show you, ain't no cap. You come over here, get the same load I'm finna get. You coming over here, getting the same load that's sitting over there. I just don't feel like turning back around. There's a whole load of it over there on a 48-foot flatbed. And guess what? I'm finna go back, and people might hate the little whale tail wing up there, but this stuff is gonna be right up there level with it. And I'm finna get some of the best gas mileage, fuel mileage that I've gotten in a while. I got some great fuel mileage coming over here. I did some tip-top stuff to the truck this weekend. I'm almost this close to having this truck all the way back the way it really need to be. And I got the trailer like 85, well, I say about 75% back the way it really, really need to be. But yeah, everything on the ground, everything touching the ground brand new. Everything that touching the ground brand new, and everything that got something to do with stopping is brand new. And we got most of them working on, and had a leak develop while it was out and about, and we're gonna get that addressed. We're gonna address it pretty soon on my own. I ain't worried about no mechanic. I am the mechanic. But like I said, a lot of time BS is growing in, a lot of time good stuff that look nice and all that's growing in BS. Like I say, everything glitter ain't gold. There's a whole lot of people that got a lot of services. They trying to help you. I'm gonna tell you right now, the market bad. A lot of y'all folks looking for a reason to hire dispatchers and dispatch services. I'm gonna tell you like this. A lot of people want somebody to blame is the reason why they want to hire somebody. It ain't because they feel like that person could probably do much more are much better knowing that the market is the way it is. They just don't want to tough it out and actually have to take the blame. So they would rather pay somebody to take the blame. If you want to pay somebody to take the blame for why you went out of business and that's going to make you sleep better at night, you do that. But I'm going to tell you now, this is a crazy market. It is what it is. And you would rather be in charge of your own destiny if this shit don't work out. Because having somebody to blame and having somebody to pay all these bills that gonna come up when you fail is two different things. You can have somebody to blame, help you sleep better at night, but it ain't gonna stop that phone from ringing, and it ain't gonna stop that mailman from steady dropping them bills and collection notices in your mailbox. So I suggest that if you have any type of momentum going right now and you have developed any type of system, as long as you're able to pay your bills and put some up for maintenance, you might not be able to pay yourself like you want to, but as long as you're able to do that, just know that the money you making now, it may not be the most money you could be making, but is what you think that you'll make above what you're making now equal or more than what you'll be paying a dispatcher to do the service? Victor left say he mean as hell with that wrench, and that ain't no secret. I got the impacts and everything with me, just like when I was doing Hotshot. I'm ready to fix something. If some shit come up, I'm ready to fix something. Got some special tools and everything. The only thing I ain't got for this truck that I ain't bought yet, and I feel shameful to not have it with me, is the laptop sitting right there with the Cat Sense program and all that stuff plugged in up under here. But like I said, I'm gonna cross that road in a little while. I'm gonna go and do that. There's gonna be a whole nother hustle. I'm gonna start doing some computer software work and some more stuff. I ain't finna be deleting nobody's stuff, but I'm gonna be able to go around some stuff, and I'm gonna help some people surely for a small fee. I'm gonna help a lot of people. Sure am. But that's later. Because I started dispatching myself a while back, it to the point where if everybody has the same subscription to the same load board and they're not a brokerage that has their own customer, aren't we all looking at the same shit? Besides developing relationships with different brokers and shippers that'll avail you to get shipments when other people can't, or maybe get you a little more on the shipments, aren't we all looking at the load board, scratching our head every day trying to get the best rate possible? So, unless you got a direct shipper, and I believe that's gonna be the next big lie that all the dispatchers say, I got direct customers. If you had direct customers, that means you went in there with credentials. See, that's the lie. Bullshit. I'm a dispatcher with direct customers. Hold on. Wait a minute. In order to have a direct customer, you gotta have credentials. For somebody that's actually producing a material that's worth money, that's a truckload or a high-shot load of material that's gonna trust you with their truck, you need to have some credentials to have a direct shipper. So if you're a dispatcher, you don't have a broker's authority. More than likely, you don't have a carrier authority. And if you do have a carrier authority, that's not to dispatch all these other trucks. That's to have your stuff going. That's right, big country. That's how you do it. You develop you a network and have you some direct customers, because you could do that yourself. Because one thing about it, you got something the dispatcher ain't got. You got credentials. You got MC number. You got insurance that's valid with your piece of equipment, not no universal shit. And like I said, if that person had direct customers, they would probably need to be a brokerage to have any credentials to give a reputable shipper that pays on time like they supposed to. Them people want credentials because they finna put $100,000 possibly worth of stuff on the back of your truck, and they trust in you based up on your credentials, not what you say out your mouth. So if you're a dispatcher and say, hey, I got direct customers, I need to see your broker license. I need to see your security bond. And then we'll look at your dispatch service a little bit closer because you the one came out your mouth and said, I got direct customer. Bullshit. Well, we got a dispatch service inside of our brokerage and we have direct customers. Could be. Let me see your broker's authority. How long you been doing this? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to give me your book of business, but you know what I'm saying? What do you normally do with a truck that's befitting of my setup? What do you normally do with that? That's some good questions. Do you have any references? Are there any shippers or brokers that I can call and verify that you've been doing business? Well, you gonna get my customer like that? No. That's due diligence. I ain't searching for your customer, cause get what? If your customer cool like you supposed to be with your customer, and get what, y'all got relationship going on and everything like that, get what, your customer don't mind me calling asking, hey man, does brokerage so and so move freight out of there? They were trying to give me a little work and I just want to make sure they're the real deal. Get what? Ain't nobody gonna get mad at you because you did what you're supposed to do. But a person that hiding something, if you man, get what? 105-912. 105-912. And get what? You can go look it up on Safer and all that old good shit. It is what it is. Shit, public record. If you call my phone, you'll be blocked forever. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing 1 hour consultation. You know what I'm saying? I don't be tripping about it. I ain't finna buy no extra phone number for that shit or none of that. You gotta do them to call me. Yeah, gonna get cussed out and blocked. Yeah, I ain't gonna even say cussed out because I ain't that type of dude. I entertain and ask you what you want and all that old good stuff. And I appreciate it if you'll send me my money and we can further, we can continue this conversation when you get in line like the rest of the people and I call you back. But that shit public record. I ain't never not shown my number on the side of the truck and all that old good shit in my video. Fuck what y'all see, cause get what, it is what it is. A person ain't got nothing to hide, You see it when I go down the highway. Everybody sticking their YouTube tag on the side of their truck and wonder why everybody got their insurance scores and all they freaking goddamn safety scores, and they burning them up in videos and talking about them about this and talking about them about that, cause this shit public knowledge. I mean, you gotta let them come out here and fuck up. You'll be known as a clown in no time. Some people it take longer than others to be found out, but you be a clown out here. It ain't hard. It ain't hard at all. All right, let's see. Say Jack said, did I mess up? I mentioned before I got a new 2500 Hemi. Going to start Hotshot in March. I know everyone says Cummins, but that extra 10K was too much. Can I still Hotshot? I'm gonna address this for real, cause bro paid to do this. That's a good question. What trailer you running? What exact trailer are you running, say Jack? So that's what I do in the 1 hour consultation. So I'm gonna give y'all a little tidbit of what goes down, and once and I'm gonna show you how this works. What trailer are you running exactly? When he go? Okay. Alright, say Jack. You say a 20 GN. I'm not familiar. Could it possibly be a 22 GN? Say Jack. Yeah, I did check, mate. Yeah. I mean, it's an ordinance, and it's a grandfathering type thing, so it ain't just a skirt type thing. It's a kind of moving into a type thing, check, mate. I know what you're talking about though. Say, Jack, is that perhaps a 22 GN? I know it's possible to have a 20 GN, but not real probable. Oh, wow. Say, Jack, 25 feet, 20 GN. That's a dual tandem trailer, right? That means your trailer has 8 tires, right, Jack? 8 tires? Tires on the trailer. Y'all, they get real. Y'all be patient with me. Just be patient with me. He said it got 8 tires on it. Dominique, no, that ain't what he mean. What he means is he got a 20 GN. How they make that is they make it really short. They put dual tandem axles up under 210Ks with electric drums under there, which ain't bad. It's about 2/3 the weight of a normal 40 like that. So in consideration, it should be about 6,500, 7,500 pounds at the most, which ain't really the thing, but it is. Okay, this the problem, Jack. With enough pressure, you could push a watermelon through a water hose. With that being said, never say never. Anything is possible, but that's not really how you want to come out, because like Victory Lap alluded to, and I would like to tweak that a little bit, Victory Lap, I would like to see you, Mr. Sajak, if you're gonna run non-CDL, I'd like to see you go back and trade that in for anywhere from a 2012 all the way up to a 16 2500. And the reason I didn't go all the way up to an 18, which is a better looking truck, all them trucks look the same. They kind of close. If you can get around a 10, 11, or 12, you won't have any death. That'll be a good thing. But that'll bring you back. Yeah, he said 20 GN. Yeah, dual tandem trailer. Yeah, charge. So, with that being said, you're gonna either have to trade, cause see, both of them mismatched. You got the gas engine Hemi truck that really ain't gonna payload that trailer that you got. When you hook that trailer up and put a load on it, on the rear suspension of your Hemi truck, is not the same rear payload capacity as the 2500 diesel truck. It's a different spring pack. But not only that, it's a different rating on the axle. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it really ain't meant to do that long term. It's going to be screaming. I think somebody else asked me about this one day, and we talked about where that engine makes the power is not where you want that engine to be all day, because it's going to have to run up high RPMs, which is going to kill that gas mileage. I mean, and like I say, with the deck space you got, you putting yourself at a major disadvantage. And then even though you could plate the truck for 26K, you can't really put the 10 or 11,000 pounds that most people will say, oh man, the truck doesn't weigh but 14K, truck and trailer all together. It doesn't weigh but 14K. You could put 12K on there and roll down the road. But one thing about it is being plated for a certain number and having the axles and the tires and the suspension on the truck and the brakes needed to stop all this stuff is two completely different things. And you'll find people that will buy a tag that's rated for 5,000 or 6,000 pounds more than the truck and trailer is in combination, and they'll use the excuse, well, I'm just buying a little leeway. But there's no such thing as leeway when you talk about federal ordinances, federal laws, and the public safety. So with that being said, as soon as you buy that 26,000 pound tag and you try and get close to 26K, you're going to realize the truck not only doesn't want to do it, but the tires that on that truck ain't meant to do it. The suspension ain't meant to do it. The calibration on the transmission not meant to do it. It's the same transmission, but the internals are different. It's a weaker transmission. It's a weaker version of a 68. So you got a 68 gas and you got a 68 diesel. And it got two different torque converters in it, got two different sets of planetaries in it, it got two different side main shafts in it, and it got two different valve body calibrations about when it shifts, how hard it shifts, and how much slip is available in the transmission. All that stuff works together with towing to keep the RPM down low with a diesel right where it needs to be, where you can push on up through the horsepower and not live at the red line. Basically, when your truck wants power, it downshifts and goes to the red line. With a diesel, it downshifts, but it only downshifts one time or maybe two, just enough to get it up in the horsepower band and leave it there. Basically, when you floor a car or a gas engine motor with a transmission set up to pull like that, it sends it back to the lowest possible gear that it can get the horsepower number way up there around 5,500 RPM, where you don't want to be pulling a load up a hill. Yep. Can you run light 10K and under? You can try. But see, the crazy thing about trying to run light, say Jack, is that the fact that you can't really distribute the weight the way it needs to be, because first of all, you really don't have enough deck space to move the weight off the truck, because that's the biggest thing. When you hook the gooseneck up to the truck, you're going to have 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. 1,500 to 2,000 pounds sitting right there in the bed of the truck. Soon as you put the ball on there, more than likely your truck gonna go from being sitting up in the back to just about level. And now when you add the load on the truck, you go below level and you come into a situation where your handling and your braking is impaired. But all this is counteracted by normal people with maybe a 30, 35, 40 foot trailer by moving the load back and sitting the load directly over the axles. But you got to think about this. The axles are under the middle of the trailer. They're going to take up about 7 feet. So you got about 7 feet of space to sit your load directly on top of the axle. And anything you sit behind it or in front of it, it's going to directly affect the truck in a seesaw manner. So that means your limitation on deck space becomes even more limited, because you can't even use the whole 25 feet. Because if I wanted to start the load at the front of the trailer and load it all the way to the back of the trailer, before I get from the front of the trailer to the back of the trailer, my ass of my truck probably be sitting on the ground just because it ain't set up for that. So, like, it's not the right tool for the job, as Victor Left said. Anything could be done. A ball on number. Hotshot with a him. Yeah, like I said, anything possible now. I don't knock it. Like I said, I done seen people running with the Nissan with the baby Cummins in it. I done seen that before. I've seen people run it with a Denali 1,500. my partner had a Denali 1500, dropped the ball in there and put a non-CDL trailer on it and rode with the axle the rear axle sitting on the frame. I'm talking about for like 2 or 3 months, you know, just to have an extra truck in rotation and do the damn thing. He had about 4 Hotshot going, 3, 4 Hotshot going, and he had one on the 1500, and it looked crazy, and it was dangerous, but at the same time, he made some money with it, and it was a thing. It was a vibe. Hell, I started out with the 5.9 with a 28-foot trailer, but guess what? It was a diesel. It was meant to pull it. It had a heavy-duty rear suspension package, 373 gear. It was a stick shift, heavy-duty clutch in it and all that. And I still wasn't optimized. I was trashed. Man, I appreciate you, man. Hey, my setup was trash. That's why I'm trying to tell you this, because you don't want to get out here and start putting wear and tear on that good, nice truck and trailer. And then when you realize that you really can't sit this stuff where you want to sit it, you really already overweight, and by having a 20 GN trailer, your truck need to be exactly gross vehicle weight rated for 6,000 pounds, or you need a CDL regardless. So if we come into a 20 GN that's 25 feet long, so not only is it overrated and it's too short for what I'm doing, the truck is underrated for what I'm doing. And when I put it together, I still need a CDL like I got 40 feet or 18 wheeler. You see where I'm going with this? Like, you can do it. I wouldn't pay to see it, but you could do it. It'll be interesting. I wouldn't buy no ticket to watch you do that shit though, cause like I said, ain't no hate up on it. It's just the probability. I like to set people up and see people in the best position possible to do what they trying to do, and you trying to make some money. And the crazy thing about it is you're gonna make some money, but when you make a profit, there's gonna be some extenuating stuff have to happen, like far like some direct customers that do something particular that can work with your 25 feet, your 10,000 pounds. And the crazy thing about it, if you need a CDL, they go 40 foot, deck on the neck, 6,000 pounds on the deck, where you can do that with a 40-foot CDL trailer, non-CDL trailer, 40-foot the clown trailer. You can get one of them trailers, put an 8-foot deck on the neck, and hook it up to a 2,500. These whole loads I'm sitting beside don't weigh but 6,700 pounds for an 18-wheeler load. 6,700 pounds. That's an empty truck. So like, my boy said he got a long bed and a CDL. Well, what about temporary truck plan? Get rid of it for $100K. That's a plan. And like I said, you just need to have the plan rooted in whatever you're going to do, however you going to have that locked in as far as your escape plan out of there at $100K or before $100K. Just have it in concrete and be saving toward it, or already have it put up, and don't deviate from it, because one of the biggest things I tell people about slowing down to speed up is to get yourself in the position that you need to be, not the position that I'm finna be, because you spent your money. You know what I'm saying? You probably already had the truck, but you just spent some money in the process to get all this stuff going and have it the way it is. And most of these commitments ain't gonna be leveraged up on $100K. Now, if you own the truck outright, you get some use out of it. That's a whole different ball game. You own the truck outright, you get you some use out of it. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, get it on out of there. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get it on out of there and straight up to something new, with that being the total plan from the beginning. But from what I have to do, I think you're trying to work with what you have in the expectation of making enough money to transition up to something bigger and better, and you don't want to leave the equipment that you are putting your life in his hands every day up to, if I make enough money, I will finally get what I need to actually do the job that I've been doing every day. Like, I got screwdrivers, but it do matter if it's a Phillip head or a flathead or not. Like, there's a lot of folk got trucks. trucks over there in the line fueling up right now. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you were to go over there and pre-trip inspect them like these guys ain't doing out here, there's a couple of them you probably wouldn't even ride in. I wouldn't ride in a lot of this shit I see out here, but you could. I wouldn't trust my life to the bullshit I see a lot of folks out here doing and riding in the way they secure load, but you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. But like I said, 100,000 miles is roughly 9.5 months out here, bro. So if you think you can make enough money in 9.5 months to pay the bills that you need to pay and save up and have enough money to go into another truck and transition out of that truck after you done made all that hard-earned money to buy what you really supposed to have in the beginning, that's cool. But a little more patience where you can slow down. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's different if you can quit your job. You can quit your job, you got to do it. You just got to do it. There's a fucked up plan when you made it. You quit your job. You really didn't know what you were doing. You ain't researched shit. That's a whole different stuff. I have them type of calls all the time. I got this, and I quit my job yesterday. What do I do? If that's the case, I'm going to let you, because you're going to be one of them people where you ain't going to really see it my way. You just going to do it anyway. And only let you do it anyway. But what I'm telling you is, you have the incorrect tools for the job. And having a CDL and those type of qualifications and coming out here with that setup right there is more suicidal than a motherfucker. You can have a good ad, like, you can have a good vibe and good rotation with the bank and everything. And if they really know trucking, they ain't going to give you no more money. Not on the business side. Now on the personal side, they probably do it. I would suggest, hey, you guys Class A CDL, 40-foot, 40-foot PJ, air ride with the lift on it. Mega ramp. She ain't got to have no dovetail, no hydraulic legs on it or none of that stuff. You got CDL, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. From a 2011 all the way up to a 16 cab and chassis, 5,500 CDL Class A ride, bro. 5,500 is, first of all, 5,500 costs just about what your 2,500 costs in diesel. Like, so you said them extra 10K were hitting you. Well, what if you could get a 5,500 for them extra 10K instead of 2,500 diesel? Compare it. Just go on the internet, look up the 2,500 diesel, and then go look up your cab and chassis, and don't you see the price is very comparable? If not, sometimes neck and neck might be cheaper. So I suggest that, and on the trailer side, I suggest that PJ, that 40. And hell, if you can get the optional deck on the neck, you got a CDL, put that 5,500 up on that motherfucker, and pull some amazing 48-foot loads on air ride. Come out here and steal all this shit from these big trucks and do your thing, bro. But I never tell nobody to come out here on in an industry that $80 billion with the setup that ain't quite right for what they trying to do, because you gonna sacrifice $150,000 in them 100,000 miles of running when you could probably made in this market like 250. You probably gonna make 130 just because of all the missed opportunity. And for real, man, if it's any way to avoid kicking yourself in the ass for the next 100,000 miles by the decision, you don't want to have to do it, because like I said, once you make the decision and fuck with this insurance and they get to pulling all this and that, and you want to swap out this and that, just know that being on commercial insurance like this and actually, man, bye. Okay, but like I said, man, just know that the vehicle that you signed up with your policy with, it could be the same exact value as the vehicle you're gonna take off the policy and put back on the policy. So you can have a truck right now that worth $35,000, and that's how much it costs to replace it. And then you take that truck off the policy and put another truck that costs $35,000 to replace. just know your insurance going up. All this, just see, every time you change your mind in life gonna cost you money. But just know, dealing with them people now, like all that swapping and flipping and flopping now, I'm telling you, stability in this business is the key to success. Telling you now, if you ain't adding a second truck to take one off and put one back on, and then something happen, you be like, man, I need to go back to my first truck again. They gonna say you can't put it on there unless it's chain hand. It got chain ownership, or it gotta be some type of buy sell trade go on with that first truck, so you can put it back on there. So just know, whatever you do, it gonna be a little more permanent than what you think. You know, I'm just be honest with you now, and the ramifications, they gonna linger. So like I said, I just like everybody to be calculated, because this is an experience thing that a lot of folks don't know is gonna happen. Like every single time you make an error, and some people be like, no, that's a learning experience. When money involved, this is a fucking error. I will get my feet wet. I told you ain't no such thing as getting your feet wet. Either you doing it and you doing it up to par, or you just out here. And you don't want to be just out here, man. I see too many people. I did it too much. Too much goddamn deadheading, man. And I ain't had no CDL. Didn't want no CDL. I had my 10,000 pounds, and I felt like I was on top of the world to be able to put 3-4 loads together and give me $3.85, $4, $5. While dry van was running around for $1.68. Flatbed was moving for about what it's moving now, $2 and some change, $3. And I was out here running $4 and $5 on a truck at one time. But guess where I was going? Fucking Kalamazoo. Didn't have a choice. Didn't have too many options. I had to make miles to make that money. I had to really run some miles. And like, I don't want to see you have to do that shit just to make a couple dollars. And you look at that load, that 25 feet, it's a 20-foot container, but you knowing just simply because where the axle's at on your trailer, most of the weight gonna be on the truck, and the truck ain't gonna like that. But it pay $5,500, but you got to go 2,500 miles with it, and the way your truck's sitting in the back and the way it looking, it don't look like your tire gonna really let you go 2,500 miles. These the type of questions you don't want to have when you're looking for a load that's already scarce. You're like, the slim picking's gonna be the problem already, because you ain't using your CDL to its full potential with your setup. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I show love. I like to see people win. I want to see people set themselves up to be as successful as possible. And it don't matter if you got the 10-speed, the little red wagon, the non-CDL. You can have the CDL. But one thing I ain't going to advocate. I ain't going to advocate a suicide mission. And like I said, people say what I did was a suicide mission. It was. It really was. I lost 50 grand thinking the same thing you were thinking, man. I'm gonna come out here with this truck and boom, 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 and I'm gonna upgrade, which I did. But I started out with something that was cool to pull it. Like I could have kept, which I did. I alternated back and forth and kept pulling with the first truck and gave it a little break and came out with the white truck and put some rims on it and gave that a break and got back in the gray truck, put a driver in the gray truck because I ain't got to worry about him throwing no ride out the motor because it's meant to do this. Now you can put a driver in the truck and all that good stuff, and you ain't got to be in the back of your mind like, wow, I hope he ain't running my truck up there in 6,000 RPM pulling that mountain for 10 miles. Yeah, no doubt, it matters. I with Veteran Over the Road Trucking was up in here. Then my dude right there, Veteran Over the Road Trucking, man, had some experience with some different vehicles and stuff like that. And like even the best financed efforts, even the most cooperation possible from the bank, don't none of that shit make up for what I tell y'all we can't be fucking around with, and that's time. Don't none of that stuff make up for time. And in the time that it takes for everything to level back off after errors and stuff like that, man, and you run real good for a long time, you look back, and then especially you get in your second year, you realize, man, it's a lot of money out here, and then you look back a little bit more, and I realized my first 5 or 6 months in Hotshot, I was wasting time. I was learning shit, but I was fucking up. Jonathan, is the gray truck still running? I would sure like to buy it. it run, it drive, it do everything, bro. I just ain't gonna sell it, bro. That really gonna be my little roadside assistant maintenance truck one day. I keep saying that. It's just like I say, ain't none of this stuff sentimental, but I got love for that truck, man. Like I said, that truck for some of the hardest mountains, the hardest grades, some of the heaviest passes, the snow, the ice, and it's 2-wheel drive. And stick shift finesse on that thing. I was floating gears in that truck before I even was in a big rig. I was floating gears on camera in that truck, no clutch sold separately. Check that video out. But at the same time, I ain't gonna say never. I might sell it, but I will say this. I'm not gonna say that was the best truck I ever had. I'm not gonna say that was the most capable truck I ever had. But I say this. It was the cheapest truck that would do the job. And it did have some hiccups and problems along the way, but that truck started all, man. Like I said, Victor Lell, shit. I just really feel like I go out there and crank it up now and fill up and go anywhere in America and pull something behind it. I really think so. But yeah, man. Love that conversation we just had about that Say Jack, man. Like I said, I want people to win, and then I know the do-overs are so costly, man. Like I say, even if you make a lot of money, you be like, man, I would have made more money in that time, had access to more loads, and I'd have been upgrading even farther by now. If it's time to upgrade with this little truck, and I've been doing all that right here, if I had a bigger truck, my upgrade would have happened, and I'd have had some more money left over just to be sitting over to the side. Damn. How I put the Forgiatos on that coming. I put the 22x14 FUs on there and came through swinging and banging. Too many folks you see come through pulling them hotshot trailing them load with them bands. Them wasn't no fuel ass rims under there. No disrespect to American Forces or fuel or none of that. But them FUs, y'all already know what that for. Y'all don't stand for. And it's mammoth. Yeah. That stand for fucking hater. Put that on there for a hating ass bitch. Talking about he make this much money. All these many people treat them any kind of way, and they praise and they glory. I put them FUs up on that motherfucker, swing and bang on them while I'm out here really making some money. While motherfucker out here scamming and scheming and doing all the underhand stuff, and get what the good guy won. Y'all ain't think y'all was looking at the good guy. You know, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. I know everybody needs somebody blamed on. I'm the bad guy. So what I want you to do is not have nobody to blame. I don't want it to be no hang-ups. I don't want you to be misled. Like I tell you guys, this channel ain't just to show you stuff. It's to show you how to see through some stuff. Just let you see some stuff, but show you how to see through some stuff. So like I said, with a lot that's going on out here, the economy looking weird, I feel like it's a blessed time. Y'all, if you out here right now and you done made it this far, keep doing what you're doing. Don't be looking to pivot. Just modify your plan, get everything in line, perfect it as much as you possibly can, trim as much fat as you can. But don't pivot all the way off the square, because check this out. This is how this trucking game go. This shit that happened before. Everybody crying like some bitches right now. They really crying really, really bad. And get what? The only people crying like this is the people that bills are out of control. People that came in knowing damn well they were paying too much for whatever they bought, and they thought that shit would go on forever. If that be you, take your truck, take it to a mega carrier, close your authority, and do what you do. But for everybody out here that had any kind of sense when they were doing what they were doing, learn how to keep their costs down and be on the grind all the time, keep right on the motherfucking truck, and I'm proud of you. You stay in it to win it, man. I'm gonna get out of here though. Get what? Cause I'm in it to win it. I gotta get up cause they open at 6 o'clock over there in the morning. I'm gonna be there at 5. I'm gonna be sitting right there. But like, Jonathan, you already sitting right here. You at the trust already. Get what? On site is on site. At the truck stop, at the truck stop. Man, I'm about to get up and run up in here and wipe my face and brush my teeth and all that there. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock now. I'll probably be over there by 7. That's the shit that had you flipping 6 and 7 all in line. And get what? A load that really, when I leave out of here, gonna be about, I say about 400. It's 403 miles. I already looked it up. 403 miles from their doorstep to their doorstep. Be honest with you, if I can get out of here by 8 and they keep receiving over there till 5, I can have it off for the day over with. No problemo. 6,000 pounds. Ease on crowd there at $1,350. I ain't mad about it. Going right over there by Memphis, where they old little town called Bahia, Mississippi. But yeah, for all y'all that tuned in, man, y'all keep that thing between that mayonnaise and mustard, man. And hey, y'all already know what I say about Hater and that mammy, because she ain't raised them right. But when it comes down to these investments, this stuff that really gonna matter, man, a lot of us gonna sacrifice 401k, a lot of folks gonna sacrifice kid college education. You praying like hell they get a scholarship to make up for the dooley you just bought in case everything go down and they grades ain't looking good. So get what you got to do. Handle that business for the business handle you. Hey, free trip and pray. Free trip and pray. Free trip and pray. I'ma holler at y'all, man. Peace.